Okay, hi guys, welcome back to another review, and this time we have something that I've had in my possession for a little bit of time now, and this is the Meze Audio Rai Penta. This is a much hyped earphone, something that a lot of people rave about, and I'm not particularly a big fan of when it comes to a price to performance sort of perspective. I think they're good earphones, but I think that in the current marketplace, you are looking at a couple of big problems for them, namely Fearless Audio, Duno, and Campfire Audio. Meze are a good brand. They have the Empyrean headphones, and they are probably most famous for the 99 Classics, which are an absolutely incredible set of value headphones, just full-size headphones. I really like them. They started out a little bit dubious with the OEM manufacturing stuff that was going on, but then they really went into their own sort of design. However, this one does look a little bit similar to another earphone that I've seen before. You'll have to excuse, I've been using these for a while, and yeah, I think I'm missing an ear tip or something like that, and it's been repackaged, and maybe the cable doesn't look so great. So the box is, you know, it's a nice box. It's good quality, but is it as premium as something like the Duno Zen presentation? I really don't think so, but let's use the Duno Zen throughout this review as a sort of side-by-side, step-by-step, and sort of explaining the details with value and stuff like that. And here for reference is the Fearless Audio Roland, which has a beautiful box, really nice like satiny finish to it, and stunning presentation, really premium feeling setup here. And if we have a look in the Duno, you know, just stunning presentation from Duno. They really do it well. This feels a little bit cheap as a side. So here you get a good selection of ear tips. I've got no complaints there. I've been using them with the median tips, and I've actually been using them with my own spin fits. You get the user manual, which is useless, and then you get this really cheap generic case. This is just an off the shelf with a Meze branded badge stuck on it. So I don't actually remember what comes with the Duno, but we can have a look. Probably in here. So a case that you get with the Duno is a very Campfire Audio-esque case. Very nice case. Campfire Audio, of course, do their own cases. I don't like this one because it's bad manufacturing on it, and Fearless do this nice little puck-shaped case with a leatherette finish. So this definitely feels like the cheapest out of a lot of them. This feels like one of these AliExpress cases with a Meze brand badge stuck on it. Open it up, and you get the cable, airline adapter, and a 1/4" jack adapter, as well as a little cleaning tool in there as well. So accessories, nothing exciting at all going on. This is the cable, and this is another gripe that I have with it. These earphones, just for reference, these cost $1,100 or over $1,000. The cable's pretty bad. You can see it's got strong memory retention. It's oxidized quite a bit over the time that I've had it, and yeah, it just becomes this, I mean, that was me, I've put it back in the box, and it just becomes this bird's nest tangling bit of a mess. Is it as bad as the Campfire Audio cables? Absolutely not. They have the worst cables that I had used, especially the old Litz cables. Wrapping up actually works pretty well, but it's when you bring it apart, it's a kind of tendency to tangle and stuff. And then there's a couple of little things on it that are, you know, just scream not premium or shortcuts taken. You have a nice rhodium metal 3.5mm headphone jack on it. little bit of strain relief there, and then you have a quad braid which goes into a dual twist. This is actually my preference because I find it holds less memory. If you go into the splitter point, strain relief either side and metal there, which is good with the little Meze logo, but then you have a little plastic cable cinch, and it just really cheapens everything up a little bit. Memory wire over the top, that's nice. And then you have MMCX connectors, which is an excellent choice, really. I much prefer an MMCX connector to a 2-pin connector. So let's see, for reference, again, let's go to the Duno Zen, which I think costs $300-400 less, and you get this absolute banger of a cable. Similar to the Duno Hulk, with a proprietary interchangeable system that allows you to have one cable but 3 different jack options, so you interchange these things here. So you're getting that added value with this, very, very nice. And then if I go over and I grab the Fearless audio cable, it's a similar sort of thing. I really like that. Good performing cable, but I believe that they have a new cable with it. I just feel like this is a little bit cheap. This is more similar to the cable that is included on this. Is a $150 earphone. And I apologise that I'm sort of jumping about the place here, but I kind of want to make the point. You know, that's a similar sort of standard of cable. These are $150. These are the Moji Monica H2O. Anyway, let's get that aside, because you can always get a aftermarket cable. Not that you should with a $1,000 earphone, but as I say, Campfire Audio also do not have a great cable in the box, but I digress again. The earphones themselves are gorgeous. However, they are very similar to a set of, I believe it was Fido or something like that. There are similarities here, and with the driver configuration and stuff like that, that maybe there's some inspiration on the back end being taken for these. I'm not saying that that they're tuned that way or they're using the same drivers or something, but I believe that there's some similarities there that people have raised questions about. What is undeniable is that these are a gorgeous set of earphones. These are one of the better looking earphones on the market, easily rival Campfire Audio. It has a number of like little touches that you might not notice at first. First of all, this sort of blue cobalt color, it's very hard to capture in the light, but it's absolutely gorgeous with the engraved little Meze logo there. MMCX connector, seams are absolutely razor tight, that's perfect. And then you get these tiny little venting holes, which have, you know, they've drilled into the aluminium with a little concave burr into it, and then even gone as far as to putting a little venting design on it. Really, really, really nice touch. And even then, like, they've not printed the right and left symbols. They've actually gone as far as to engrave these into the actual earphone housing themselves. They're just a beautiful looking earphone. Then if you look at the ear tips as well, there's this burring of the edges off, like, so it's, you know, coming to a finer point there, and then the concave design inside. I just think that that's a lot of detail to be put in. So yeah, I really like the way that they're built, and I really like the way they look. And when it comes to comfort, that pays off as well. When you're going to put them in and out your ear, you have this nice little contour on the outside to grip them with, and they sit beautifully inside the ear, resting between the tragus and anti-tragus. I think if you've got small medium ears and above, you're going to be absolutely having no problems with these at all. They have a medium insertion depth, maybe medium shallow for most people when we compare with like the likes of the Fearless. But yeah, it's a really, really, really nice design, and there's absolutely no complaints there. And of course the MMCX connectors. So when we get into sound, sound on these is absolutely fantastic. I've got no complaints with the sound. I could listen to these earphones all day. They have a nice clear treble. It does lack a slight bit in extension. It actually lacks a little bit of extension on both ends, the top and the bottom. But not in a way that is offensive, just in a way that it's a tuning preference. And I think a lot of people will like that. If you don't listen to extremely treble high music or bass heavy music, these are perfectly adequate sounding set of earphones. The mid-range is buttery smooth. I really like it. Like nice hints of warmth right across it. There's good detail retrieval, good clarity right between it. When it gets down to the bass, there's no mid bass hump, and there's no bleed into the mid range. It's a very well performing bass with tight, articulate and textured lows. It just lacks a little bit in that pure sub bass response, which again is not a bad thing. It's just it's a tuning preference. For example, if you don't listen to a lot of EDM or rap or hip hop, you do not need the extension for the sub bass. For rock, jazz, classical, these are pretty good. The only thing is that the soundstage could be a little bit bigger, just because the treble is slightly rolled off at the top, and that impacts the sort of expansive sound of it. But yeah, they're a very easy listen, very smooth, and they're very transparent to the source. The thing is, these will sound exactly true to source. If you use them with a cold DAP or a cold DAC, it's going to sound cold as well. So they're going to sound like the input you give them, and I really like that about them. The sound and everything, the build and stuff is really nice. The accessories and packaging is, I think, not giving you good value for money, and that leads us into like my main issue with them. Now, a lot of people really like these, and remember that this is a lot to do with my tuning preferences. I prefer more of a lean towards a lower bass and higher treble. I quite like a slight V shape on my stuff. When we get into talking about value, and this is the most important thing now, is that if you're talking about sound for sound, like performance, the earphones I've got here, the Fearless Audio Roland, completely different design, completely different build. These are electrostatics. They're tribrids with electrostatics, dynamic drivers, and balanced armatures all in one. I think they look equally as good. I think they're equally as well built. I think that these sound better, and these cost significantly less. I just like that sort of 3D presentation you get from an electrostatic driver up the top end, and the lows on that are far more extensive, and detail retrieval as well is far superior for my ears. Just try to find the Zen, if I can find them, where I've put them. Okay, here's the Zen. This is the Zen by Duno. And this is more of an earphone that I think is worth the price. This is a $700 earphone, and it sounds like a $700 earphone. It doesn't punch above its weight. It's not a giant killer per se, but it's beautifully made. Every bit as beautiful as the Mezes, and I think that they sound about equal. The difference being here is that you get a stunning accessory set. I've shown you the cable. You get a stunning accessory kit, equally good build quality and premium design, but these are $300, $400 cheaper. So you can sort of see where I'm going here. When you bring in something else, like let's have a look at what these are probably going to be directly up against. You have the Solaris here, and I believe I can go and grab grab these. This is the Dorado 2020. The Dorado 2020 are far prettier in my eyes. These feel like an expensive piece of jewellery in comparison to the sort of industrial design. I think that these are far prettier. Of course, that'll be subjective, but the sound quality to this, the tuning on this, the pure enjoyment I get out of the music with this is far in excess of what this is. And I think these are maybe $200, $200 less than these. These are a little bit more expensive, so if you're willing to spend a little bit extra money, yeah, you know, you get a fantastic sound that is more in tuning, similar to the Meze. These have a slight coloration to them, but I'm not going to do a full comparison here. I'm going to do a comparison video between some different earphones coming up, but that's more just to show you, like, at the different price points, what is there. And yeah, I just sort of struggle. I think these are more on a par with something like the, you know, maybe the The Audio Oracles, or similar performance wise. Obviously the build of the actual earbuds are better, but then the cable's better on the Monarchs and the Oracles. So yeah, just a good earphone, and I do really like them, but I think that the marketplace has just moved on from letting a lot of brands price themselves this way. There's a lot of earphones out there that offer stunning value, and I think I've shown some different options there that sort of show that these bigger brands, I mean, I think that the Shure SE846 are now available for $700-800, and they're a way better earphone. It's just, Meze are a European company, and they're competing in this space where they have to, you know, justify their price by what they're paying their employees, when brands like Fearless are sourcing stuff in Shenzhen, China, and they can bang stuff together relatively fast and not have to deal with a lot of the stuff that a Western company deals with, and that obviously brings down price. They also have access to, like, if a new cable's released, they can go and look at it immediately. This has probably been chosen out of a catalogue somewhere. I just think that they're an amazing earphone, but I think that they just don't represent the same value for money, for the money that they're asking. I think you can get a better set of earphones. So that's going to be it for this one. Thank you again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be doing lots and lots of direct comparisons. A lot of people in the comments have been asking, how do the Solaris stack up directly against the Dorado 2020? I'm going to be doing that comparison. I'm going to be doing comparisons between the Fearless Audio Rolands. I'm going to be doing the Excalibur versus the Oracle. These are all coming out within the next month, direct comparisons. So if you want to see more of that, please subscribe. It helps grow the channel, helps more people know about audio and about what sort of value you're getting for your money. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.